Today, we will be looking at the wear and tear on my JOSEPH DUCLOS Diane Messenger. I've had this bag for just over a year, so we will see how the heritage leather looks after a year, how the patina is coming along, plus any other wear and tear on this bag. If you're new here, this is Alula West Luxe. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. I like to share advice on how to make smarter luxury shopping decisions. So if you like that sort of content, I hope you will subscribe and follow along for future videos. Now, today we are looking at the JOSEPH DUCLOS Diane Messenger. I have one in this dust bag right here in heritage leather. I have a few previous videos on this bag. I have an unboxing video where I shared my first impressions, as well as my experience ordering with the JOSEPH DUCLOS store in Paris. I did order this remotely. I have a second video, which is a full review of the bag, plus my experience with their repair services team. So I will not be discussing those topics today. I will have those other videos linked down below so you can watch them. I do have one important update about JOSEPH DUCLOS before we jump into the wear and tear. When I filmed those previous videos, JOSEPH DUCLOS only had one store, and that was in Paris, France. So if you wanted to see the bags in person before purchasing, you did have to go to Paris. But that has changed. The French department store Printemps opened up a location here in New York City on Wall Street, and there is a JOSEPH DUCLOS concession in Printemps in New York. So if you are in the New York area, you can see JOSEPH DUCLOS bags in person and purchase them there. So that's a very exciting update. I saw a shopping vlog recently that was posted by Cassie Thorpe, and she shows the JOSEPH DUCLOS concession. So I will link to her video down below in case you're interested in getting a peek at what that looks like. Now, let's dive into the wear and tear on my Diane Messenger. Let's open her up. This is how I normally store her when she's not in use. It's the Diane Messenger, so of course she's a she. So this is how I usually keep the Diane in my closet in the dust bag. And I do also keep this felt protector here just to keep everything looking good. There's a little bit of fuzz on it, but we want to take a look at the bag. So let's remove that felt protector. And when I store the bag, I do also keep the strap rolled up in a separate dust bag. The strap did come with its own dust bag. We'll take a look at that in a minute. But let's close it back up, and here is the bag. So this is the heritage leather that I purchased this bag in, and heritage leather is a very minimally processed leather. So these hides tend to be the best because any imperfections cannot be hidden. There's very minimal processing, and it's a very high quality leather. If you're not familiar with the heritage leather, I suggest going on the JOSEPH DUCLOS website, and in their About section, they do have a dedicated section on the website detailing all of the leathers that they offer. I will link to that in the video description box below as well, so you can read up on the different types of leathers that they offer. Heritage is the most minimally processed leather that they offer. It is a smooth leather, and I believe this is a Novo Napa leather. That has not been confirmed by JOSEPH DUCLOS, but through my own internet sleuthing, I've come across information. I believe this is a Novo Napa leather. And if you're looking for another point of reference, it's very similar to Hermes Barenia leather. And I know there's a lot of information out there on the internet, a lot of reviews about Hermes Barenia leather. So if you're looking for more information on this leather and other care tips for Barenia, you would use the similar care instructions for heritage leather. So, excuse me. This is a very beautiful, smooth, minimally processed leather. And as you can see, it does scratch very easily. That is a well-known fact about Byrrhenia. It can scratch easily. It does also develop a patina over time. I purchased mine in the color Ardoise, which is a very dark neutral. It's a kind of a taupey gray color. And I don't see a lot of darkening in the leather over the span of 1 year, which is really not that much time for leather. I don't see a huge amount of darkening, but it's definitely taken on more of a sheen than last year. I did also condition the leather yesterday with a leather conditioner, and that really helped re-moisturize and get that shine back on the leather. So first, let's take a look at the hardware, the stitching, and the glazing. I did a very thorough examination of this bag, and none of the stitches have come loose, especially if you look around the flap of the bag where there's a lot of movement, and around the seams. All of the stitching looks really great. There's nothing that's loose. All of the reinforcement stitches are also in very good shape, as you can see here. There's no fraying of any of the threads, no popped stitches. So I was very happy to see that. There's also been no wear to the glazing on this bag, and I was a little nervous, particularly with the bottom of the bag, because there's no feet. So when you set down the bag, it does rest on the glazing. So you can see the glazing looks absolutely perfect. There's no chipping of the glazing, no cracking, especially on the flap. There's no cracking, no creasing. The glazing looks perfect. I will also very quickly take this time to show you the strap, because again, a lot of movement, a lot of wear and tear here on the, not wear and tear, but a lot of potential wear on the strap, and there's nothing in terms of the glazing. As you can see right there, it's in really, really good shape. And again, the stitching here as well, particularly around these belt loops, not really the belt loops, but the loops around the strap. You can see everything looks really, really fantastic there. Nothing's coming loose, nothing's frayed. Moving on to the hardware is also in really great shape. The most wear I have noted to the hardware has been on the clasps on the strap. I'm not sure if it will really show on camera, but there's just very small hairline scratches on the hardware. It's really not too noticeable. Just really, really small hairline scratches. Other than that, no wear on the hardware. I did show you the brace on the bottom of the bag earlier. The most issue I've had with this is just fingerprints. Here is the front clasp. Moving on to the wear and tear on the leather. Heritage leather is known for getting scratches very easily. Not just heritage leather, but this type of leather in general, this Novo Nappa Byrrhenia type of leather. It scratches very easily. It is a smooth and a very high maintenance leather. So if you don't like getting wear and tear on your leather, if you don't like seeing any scratches, and if you don't like the patina, then I would recommend and I would advise to not get heritage leather. The Diane Messenger is also available in tempo leather, which has a very fine grain pebbling to the leather, so you won't get all that wear and tear that you see on the heritage leather. Tempo is much more hard wearing, and other versions of the Diane are also available in other types of leather. I'm not going to go through all the types of leather here in this video because of course the product offerings are always changing. So check on the Joseph Duclos website or reach out to the team via their website. I believe they do have a contact option online as well. And all the staff I've talked to at Joseph Duclos have been very, very helpful, and they're very knowledgeable and very willing to help assist you pick out the perfect bag to suit your lifestyle. So that being said, there was so much wear on the front of this bag in particular. I will insert a cutaway to show you what this bag looked like. The back of the bag was not so bad. There wasn't a lot of scratches on the back, but the front of the bag really got beat up. I don't baby my bags, but I do try to take care of them. So I was surprised to see how much there was in just the span of a year, how many scratches. So what I did yesterday was I just conditioned the bag. You can see what a difference it made using a leather conditioner. I used Apple brand leather conditioner, and this is a really good standard leather conditioner. It's really affordable. I got a 4-ounce bottle. I just took a clean microfiber cloth. I applied a small amount of the leather conditioner. I rubbed it into the cloth a little bit so there wasn't one huge glob of conditioner when the cloth made contact with the bag. And then I just very slowly massaged the conditioner around the bag, and I made sure to coat all of the area evenly with the leather conditioner. And then I just wiped it down very, very lightly with a dry area of this same microfiber cloth. So I did that yesterday and it made such a huge difference. So this is the final result today. As you can see, there's really not a lot of visible scratches on the leather. They blend in really well with the nice shine and the patina that's starting to develop. If you don't like scratches, do not get heritage leather. But if you are into this type of leather, I would put this up there on par with the quality of leather that brands like Hermes and Delvaux use. This, I think, rivals Hermes, if not better. This is on the same playing level. And I think this is a beautiful, beautiful leather. It develops a very beautiful patina. It ages well, and it just ages so gracefully. So I love this. I'm really happy with it. And I'm really excited to see in 2-3 years' time how that patina and that shine really develop. And once they start to set in more, it really covers up some of those fine hairline scratches that we saw earlier. Hopefully this review has been helpful to you. If you have any bags in heritage leather, I would love for you to share your experience down below, or a similar type of leather such as Byrrhenia. I think that would be really helpful. If you have any experience or any advice, I would love for you to share that. As always, I will leave another video up here for you to watch next, and I'll see you in the next one.